Hello everyone, it's the Truly Outrageous Doll Collector here, and today we have a very special package, and as you could tell by the name, you know exactly what's inside, and I cannot wait. Well, you have an idea of what's inside, but I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for a while, and I got these for an okay price. I mean, they could have been cheaper, but you know, I was bidding on a few people at least on each one because it was an auction. And I won all of them. So, yay. Thank my husband for being able to support this hobby. Because if it weren't for him, I would not have probably any of these right now. So, anywho, let us begin, shall we? So, if you hear random burring or whatever in the background, that's the fan because it's hot in here. And there's no real ventilation or anything. So I have to keep the doors open or whatever. So, anywho. Let's begin. All right. Get the rest of the tape over here. All right. Ah, okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm like running out of sanitizer, so alright, where to begin? So as you can read for this run, of course, we have Tristan just chilling in here. There she is. So let's just do each one at a time so we don't ruin the boxes, because these are staying in box, so I do not want to ruin these. I almost wish I had my knife on me so that I could, lessen the chances of ruining this. But I think that was pretty good. So let's make sure we don't rip the tag off since it's hanging out here. There we go. All right, be very careful about this. I definitely shipped this a lot better than my my first Melrose. I'll say that. And again, that Melrose's packaging was quite dented and blah, so, you know. But here's Tristan. This is, I believe, second wave. No, yeah, I believe this is second wave, because first wave, well, second run of the first wave, because first run, I believe, had two things. Had this, and it had a thing of cardboard on the side, like a hang tag that showed off, all the different positions, whereas these, if I can try to do it without glaring, has it on the side. So, I'm pretty sure these are the second edition, or second runs, so very cool. Yeah, so here at Tristan, I think I paid about $92 each for these after tax and shipping, so could be worse. I did see some sell for around 60-ish a few months ago, which I was a bit salty about because, I want to try to get them as cheap as possible since they sold for about 30 back in the day. And by that, I mean like 2010. So, anywho. Here, we have Bijou. So just finding Bijou in general in box is relatively hard to come by, so to actually have one now is astounding. Yeah, and I do have her loose as well, but she is missing her wig. But everything else, I believe, is here. Even her ring, I think. So that's awesome. But to have one brand new in the box, excitement. And of course, we have Arizona. Let's just say I got almost the entire series of dolls in this thing. Because, oh my god. Ugh. Here she is. So again, it says second runs of first edition. Tristan, Bijou, Arizona now. And there's her stuff. Cannot have wave one without Melrose And I actually have, I think I still have that video, unless it's on my drive that got kind of ruined, and hopefully I can back it up. But I actually have this one in box already, but her box is very dinged up. But I also paid like $60 for her, so. But yeah, so that one, since I have this one, as we're about to see, it's in so much better condition. So despite the fact that I have like a bajillion Melroses as is, one of them near complete. This one is very nice. Aside from the hang tag here, but you know, meh. She is in excellent condition. So I think I might debox the other Melrose here so I can have one that's fully complete. Because my other one is just missing one of the dangle parts of her earrings, and I think that's it. So I'll probably debox the other one as a review, and keep this one as an upgrade. So very excited, and I'll get the poster out of it. So that's all of wave 1. Of course, we have another Arizona. Let me see if I can do this carefully too. Here we are. Try not to add too much pressure to any of these boxes because, you know, the boxes can be quite delicate. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, that's an interesting note. I never owned a Wave 2 in-box doll before, but this is actually shrink wrapped. I'm not sure if that was like that in the actual run, but yeah, she's actually shrink wrapped in plastic. Oh, that's so cool. But this is Wave 2 Arizona. I do have her loose, but she's missing her bag, her ring, her radio, boombox, whatever you want to call it, and her hat. But I think she has everything else. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Brand minty goodness. There's a bit of a tear of the plastic right there, but overall she's in amazing shape. We have Bijou. So I'm trying not to add too much pressure so that I don't ruin the boxes. Because last thing I want to do is dent them, because these are like basically full plastic shells, so they will dent very, very easily. So yeah, but here we are. Okay, let's try it very carefully. Yeah, so this one's slightly dented as is, but like for the price I paid for her, I am not upset in the slightest, because she usually runs for a fair bit, because you know Bijou is like the hardest one to find usually, because unfortunately with society and whatnot, they don't like to buy the darker skinned dolls as often. But I finally have her in box, actually 2 of her loose, and they both have just the undershirt and the shorts, so, which is unfortunate. One of them I actually found at Goodwill, not realizing she was a Moxie teen, because it was before I actually had lives too, so I thought she was a tall, like just a live, because I never knew these existed. And then I found out that this is who she was. I'm like, oh my god, and I fell in love. So, but yeah, so I finally have her in box. For a decent price. Like, she runs upwards of like $200 something, and again, I got her for $92 with shipping and tax and everything, so that's not too bad compared to other prices. So, and it might be really easy to find her dog, because it's just a standard dog. It might be just thrown in, so I'm gonna see if I can try and find him, just to you know, do that. I didn't realize till just now, all of the little poses here are of their first edition counterparts. So this is the only ones I actually got of Wave 2, unfortunately. They did not have Tristan or Melrose, but there are a couple up right now that I'm gonna try to get to finish off the set for okay prices. But yeah, so Bijou is not shrink wrapped like Arizona is, so that's fine. Of course, the prom wave, because, you know, that's like, you know, one of the more simple, yet I think nicely designed dolls of the line. Because apparently these here were supposed to be with separate wigs as well, but due to like time constraints or something, they ended up having to root them instead. So yeah, and of course after this they re-released Wave 1 with rooted hair, which is the hardest to find in box as far as I'm aware. And AliExpress did have Arizona, Bijou, and Melrose at one point, but everyone bought them up, so that's sad. But again, if I had gotten into these like when they first came out, then I probably would have had those. But unfortunately, I was not into dolls until like relatively recently, like 2018 or so. So, oh well. But they're very gorgeous. So there's Melrose. And my loose dolls are just missing their necklaces. So that's a plus. But yeah, so here's Melrose. Make sure we're, okay, that's just a standard smudge. We have Melrose. And then we have Bijou. So this one is actually the only one I'm missing loose. I do actually have a rooted Melrose loose, which was very awesome to discover when I got her in a claim sale. So I do have one of them loose of the 4. So yeah, let us take that off. And there she is in her glory. Now she's really common in box. So part of me, if I don't want to pay the exorbitant prices, I may get another one to debox, possibly if I can find her cheap enough. But because it doesn't seem like she'd be that hard to debox, and it looks like her necklace is literally the same as first edition Melrose's, because they all reuse some kind of piece for their pieces. So yeah, so I thought this was more gold, but I guess it's the same color. So I might just put, when I finally get this one, I might just put an extra Melrose one on her just to have her complete. But yeah, there's the back again, showing her off with her formal and flirty looks. I wouldn't call them different, but you know, just an alternative look. But anywho, so there's Bijou. And then of course, we got Lee. So I have her loose and in box now as well. I actually have 2 Melroses, and they both have different body codes. So I'm not sure what the body codes are about. Maybe it's like different runs, different factories, I don't know. But there's like several different codes I've written down on mine. So yeah. This one didn't want to rip off as well. All right, so here she is. There's our Lee, brand new in box. Like I said, this hanger tag got these hanger tags got a bit bent, so that's unfortunate. But as long as the overall box is fine, I honestly don't care. So, because these are expensive. So if I'm gonna be picky about that, then what's the point? So. Anywho, so there she is. But yeah, she has the same necklace as first edition Bijou, I believe. Though I think this one's more gold. I could be wrong. But yeah, so she has that. Bijou has first edition Melrose's. And Melrose has that as well. Find a factory error. And there go one of the books. It is not a factory error. It actually fell off her hand. But yes, so I guess Melrose and Bijou both have first edition Melrose's necklace. So that's cool. Yeah. So I actually do have a few first edition Melroses, because she's the most common to me that I've been finding loose, so I've got a bunch of her. And the reason I keep keeping them is because my mind is weird, and whenever I see a different pattern, like if it's the same pattern, but if they're like placed differently, I feel like I have to keep it. So that's why I have so many Melroses, you know, if she has her pants. So what can you do? But anywho, there's she. Yeah, so there's those. And of course, we got one more. Who could it be? Oh, I just realized this has a very slight rip on the bottom of those, so that's unfortunate, but who knows? Maybe this will give me a reason to debox this one in the future, to have one in very nice shape. We'll see. Anywho. Who do we have here? Yes, it's spoiled. We have Gavin! We have Gavin in box! Ugh. I have two of this Gavin loose, and they both have the same body codes and everything, but for some reason, why do I want to keep both? Well, for one, you can say you have two Gavins, and for the other is because one of them is in better condition than the other. I obviously want to keep the better one for myself, and I would feel bad if someone got a more worse condition one for their collection. You know, you got to start somewhere. So that's why I'm just like, I feel kind of guilty if I were to sell one that's like pretty much incomplete. I mean, he's just missing his tie, which I'm sure some people don't care about, especially if they're going to use it for a custom. But, you know, he also has his eyebrows rubbed too, so yeah, that's a thing. Anywho, so here he is. So we're missing Tristan from the prom wave. But let's just cast this to the side over here. But here we are. So we got almost all of the prom wave. Yeah, that seems to be fine for there. Just try and push that off a bit more. There we go, that works. So there's Gavin, there's Bijou, there's Lee. Ugh. Man, if they continued onward from this, I would have loved to see Gavin in future waves. But, so yeah, I just need Tristan for the third wave. Then I'll have all of them. But she's surprisingly hard to find in box, or at least for a good price. So, but there they are. So I'm just missing Tristan from this wave. And I don't think they made these in other countries, or at least for different languages, so but there they are. And then we have just two of wave 2, and thankfully there are a couple okay listings of Melrose and Tristan up right now, so I may try to get those as well. We'll see, but just to have these in general, especially this one in like super mint condition, is amazing. So, but yeah, so got these two. So just missing 2 of this wave, not including the international variants. And then we have, then of course we have all 4 of them in the second run of the first edition. Oh, I'm so excited. So these are all staying in box. They are not getting deboxed. My worst condition of Melrose is, just because she's in worse condition. So definitely gonna have that one have a nice mint loose Melrose. But yeah, this was the haul. And I mean, for for almost $100 a piece, you can do the math on how much this cost us. So but it's worth it. It's so worth it because these are in excellent condition overall. A couple of them have these bent tabs here, but other than that, and maybe a slight rip in the bottom for a couple, whoever those would be. But again, other than that, that's it. That's the only thing wrong with them. But well, this Bijou has a couple slight mark dents there too, but. Again, just Bijou in general is hard to find, so I'm just thankful to have all these. Like, just to own these in general is amazing. So I want to try to find the ones that have the name up in the top corners here. which should be relatively easy except for Bijou, because she's the hardest one to find in general, except for the prom wave for some reason. But yeah, so find all of these in that version, and then try to find everyone but Bijou in the international version, since I don't think Bijou was released internationally. Which I may or may not have a Melrose ready for me soonish, so then we just need the internationals. We need the other two regular releases of Wave 2 of Melrose and Tristan, with the internationals of everyone but Bijou. And then we should have everyone for the dolls themselves. And of course, internationals of the wigs and stuff, so. But yeah, one thing at a time, but thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more awesome content. And until next time, stay outrageous. Bye-bye!